Well, we have new leaders in France, and that's Lens after their 2-0 victory over struggling Montpellier. Montpellier with just one win all season, and without an away win going into this game, it was very unlikely, to be fair, that they would get anything from an in-form Lens. Well, Lens in the familiar now yellow and red halves, attacking early on, putting the pressure on Vacutra, the Montpellier goalkeeper. They've certainly found it the hardest of the promoted clubs this season, Montpellier. And with their present form, this is the last game they needed against Lens, who knew going into this, with Lille travelling to Marseille, and a victory could well put them top of the table. And indeed, that's how it would work out. Good cross, but a poor miss in the end from El Diouf. Senegal man has been pretty clinical this season when presented with the opportunity, but not on that occasion. Montpellier then had the gall to launch an attack. That was Barbosa who very nearly got on the end of it, but no question, all the pressure was in the Montpellier penalty area. Vacutra under pressure, Ferdinand Colli driving in that effort. Another one of the Lens Senegalese contingent. And El Diouf looked as though he inadvertently cleared his teammate's shot there. Nonetheless though, Lens kept putting on the pressure. Great atmosphere as always. Just under 36,000 watching this one. And how about that for an effort? Charles-Edouard Corridon, 8 minutes before half-time, no more than the Lens pressure had deserved. Great effort. On the run, hit right through it with his left foot. It's like an arrow, wasn't it, into the corner. No chance for Vacutra. Lens 1, Montpellier 0. Well, the only strange thing that happened after that is that it took Lens until the 90th minute to bag the second goal. Vacutra with some unorthodox goalkeeping, keeping them at bay. And the Lens spectators certainly enjoying themselves, and why not? Got a very good side this season, and as well as the Championship Challenge, every chance of qualifying for the Champions League with this rate. Solin feeding the ball in there, and the effort drilled in the end from Barbosa again, but it was only really half chances for Montpellier, not really troubling Lens at all. Ferdinand Colli and El Diouf getting up again at the back post. Gets through so much work, Colli, in that midfield. Good break by El Diouf. Now a defining moment. Bill Chateau, the Cameroonian, shown his second yellow card on 63 minutes. And yet another sending off. Don't think he could have too many complaints, Chateau. El Diouf clearly passed him, and having already been booked, the referee with no option. So with 11 men, Montpellier was struggling. With 10, it got even worse, and well, Vacutra had an inspired performance, denying Stefan Pedron, who almost beat him with the delicate chip, and he knew he had to push it over as well. Like El Diouf was lurking, ready for any rebounds. Now the corner short this time for Monaco. Again, Ferdinand Colli on the end of it, and look at that for an audacious attempt. He got it on target, Eric Sikora, but just didn't get the power to get it into the back of the net. The 10 men bravely battled on though of Montpellier, launching an attack whenever they could just to relieve the pressure of the Lens attacking. And that was clearly one of their best chances of the game though. Varmas finally called into action. Ferdinand Colli again though, doing the probing for Lens. Good ball to El Diouf. And look at that break from Colli. Great running from Ferdinand Colli, and how unlucky was that for Lens? He's certainly going to be one to watch at the World Cup, Ferdinand Colli, and his teammate El Diouf as well. Wonderful football again by Lens. They're so good to watch when they're in form like this. Simple stuff. The 1-2 around Carotti. And Vercoutra's hand away, just doing enough to take the ball away from Daniel Moriera, who was looking for a goal to join Pierre-Alain Frau and Djibril Cissé at the top of the scoring charts with 7 this season. Montpellier, though, not really knowing what to do here. Like rabbits in car headlights. A dreadful kick from Vercoutra and an absolute gift for Daniel Moriera. That was the one he was looking for, his 7th of the season, to join Djibril Cissé and Pierre-Alain Frau at the top of the scorers charts. But inexplicable that. Vercoutra had a tremendous game up to then, but then an absolute gift to Daniel Moriera, and the one man on the field he didn't want to give that chance to would have been Moriera. He's in absolutely inspired form at the moment. Shame that for Vercoutra, you have to feel for him, but it's another defeat for Montpellier. Well, Nantes, last year's champions, still incredibly are without a domestic win, despite the fact they're currently second in their Champions League group and fought out a tremendous 0-0 draw with Galatasaray in the Ali Sami Yen Stadium in midweek. But this turned out without doubt to be the game of the night between Nantes and Auxerre. Two teams who, on their night, can both play and produce magnificent football. Nantes, incredibly, with just 3 points and 7 defeats from 10 games this season. It's an unbelievable start for defending champions, the worst ever by defending champions in France. And again, Nantes press forward. Frédéric de Rocha crossing the ball into the area, and they certainly started the game confidently enough, no question about that. Carrying over the good form from the Galatasaray match, and we're asking questions of Fabien Cool early on. Frédéric de Rocha had a fine game, actually. He was at a hub of a lot of good things that came from the men in yellow. But Auxerre too are having a better season under the guidance once again of Guy Roux. They did well to hang on, as all the early first half pressure came from Nantes. Opportunity there for Djibril Cissé, unable to take it. You know, he's not had his scoring boots on since returning from injury. 7 goals in the first 4 matches of the season, Cissé. Those 7 goals which still keep him jointly at the top of the scoring charts. But he hasn't scored since coming back into the side. Now De Rocha leading Philippe Mexes, a merry dance. Great opportunity. Headed past the post though. Lovely cross again from De Rocha, and Nicolas Sabalode unable to take full advantage of it. It's not always been the stories of Nantes' season so far, though. They really have underperformed in general. Auxerre was still creating the odd chances the other end, but Cissé, who would have scored them in the opening month of the season, just not getting it right at the moment. It's only his 2nd game back, though, to be fair, from injury. Nantes again with an opportunity. Lovely ball forward. It was a race to the ball, and Fabien Cool won it, diving at the feet brilliantly of Ahamada. He's got some pace on him as well. Mexes calmly playing the ball out of defence. Auxerre trying to build an opportunity here. Lovely through ball. Lovely skill. Everything was done right there from Capo, except finish it. Step round Londro very coolly indeed. I think it was a vital challenge in the end from Del Homo. Just put Capo off. It was chance after chance, it really was. Now watch that for a finish. Teemu Tiano, the Finlander. Superb finish. Michael Londro may have been too far out of his goal. He cleared that one up from Cisse, but that is some finish from Tiano. You see it better from this angle. Look at that. Curled in. Set it off outside the post. Great finish from Tiano. But his night would get worse, as you'll see later on. The lead, though, only lasted for a matter of minutes. Just 9 minutes, in fact, as the match went goal crazy in the last half an hour after a tight opening hour. Olivier Kahn converting the penalty. Philippe Mexes adjudged to have handled it. Great finish from the former Sedan man, who is getting quite a reputation now from the penalty spot. Rarely seems to miss from 12 yards, Olivier Kahn, and that was a vital equaliser for Nantes. But then, would you believe it, just a minute later, another penalty, this time to Orzet. Djibril Cisse pulled back by Delhamo, who made that great tackle on Capo earlier. And Khalilou Fadiga with an even better penalty right in the top corner. No stopping that from Michael Landreau. And incredibly, we'd had 3 goals in 10 minutes. 2-1 to Orzet. Not no forced their way back in. And De Rocha was brought down by Teemu Tiano. And despite scoring that fine opening goal, the man from Finland was sent from the field. Now Olivier Kahn, so dangerous on this left-hand side, cutting in, lovely chip ball to the far post, the header back. But Pierre-Yves Andre, again proving he just hasn't got that clinical touch in front of goal that is so required at this level. They were still playing some good football, Nantes, and they had the added bonus, of course, of Orzet now being down to 10 men with one of their best players, Tiano, off the field as well. It's a lovely move on the edge of the penalty area, and Frédéric De Rocha, Nantes' best player on the night, with the finish. 7 minutes from time. 2-2. Fabien Cool not being able to get down to the low-powered effort. Boumsong thought he'd made the challenge, but the ball coming back to De Rocha. Great finish, low and hard. 2-2. And Reynald Denou was going to see his Nantes side pick up another point. Still not that first win of the season, although to be fair, after De Rocha's goal, they did look the most likely Nantes to grab the winner. Ahamada driving that effort wide as the 10 men began to struggle. Lovely turn past Mexes and Diabate, but screwing his shot wide. Ahamada. Nantes then, incredibly, still remain bottom